There are a lot of employees who will be working from home as we all navigate the current health and economic crisis. We came up with a simple process that, as an employee, will allow you to track what you're doing so that you can report back to your manager or supervisor. And if you're a manager, to be able to look to see what your reporting employees are actually doing. The goal is to establish a communication link between managers and employees. The first thing you'd need to do is log into your Touchstone account, go to your 4 key functions, and as this is a management process, I'm going to go to Guiding the Business. You'll notice that we have a new library here called the Virtual Office Processes. We're going to be populating this library with different processes that we think will be helpful. Select Virtual Office Process, put a check mark beside Daily Time Logs, and I'm going to copy this into my Management subfunction. Now I'm going to assume you do not yet have a user account set up for an employee who has the need to track their time. If you already have a user created, you can skip this next step. To add a new user, click the gear icon at the top of your screen right here and select User Accounts and New User. Let's say our new user's name is John Smith. I'm going to enter his email address. I'm going to give him a password, very simple. I have to retype that. I will enter his first name, his last name, and then I will scroll down to the bottom and select Create User. So now you'll see that I created John over here. I want to select John because I'm going to assign him to his specific position. I'm going to click here on Control Panel, and let's assume he's the salesperson. So he is a staff person, the salesperson. And let's say that I, Michael Mills, am the manager of sales and marketing. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to make myself a manager, the manager of sales and marketing. So now you'll see I'm the manager of sales and marketing and John is the salesperson. Now when I go to my dashboard, you'll see that I'm here. I logged in as the manager of marketing and sales, and John is the salesperson. A moment ago, we downloaded the Daily Time Logs process. Now I need to assign that process to the salesperson's position so that as John is the salesperson, he'll have access to it. I come back to the process under Guiding the Business. I select the Daily Time Logs process, and I'm going to link it to the salesperson position and select Link. So now we have the process linked to this specific box called salesperson on the org chart, and we have John assigned to that box on the org chart. I'm going to log out and log back in as John Smith. Now when John logs in and John needs to report on how he's getting through his day, he will simply click on salesperson. Touchstone knows that he is the salesperson, and right now the Daily Time Logs is the only process that has been linked to his job description, so he's going to click right here, and we see a couple of process tools, a work plan and a custom form. The work plan explains how to track their time and complete their form. I'll come back to this in a minute because once John has been trained, once he knows how to do it, I doubt he'll need to read this anymore. He'll simply come here, put in today's date, put in his name, and he might also put the date here as well, and then begin entering what he's doing during the day, throughout the day. So say from 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. he's checking voicemail and checking email. Maybe from 10 till noon he made some sales follow-up calls. So he will list whatever goes on through the day. Maybe at noon he had lunch, and then got back to making calls at 1 p.m. And then you'll see that he can write any other notes that he has for his manager here. And once he's done, he will come up to the top and click Save, and that will save this template for his manager. You'll notice that there's a print option here, so if he wants to print this and send it to his manager, he could do that. This will print a PDF file. Tomorrow, when John logs in, he's going to come to his dashboard. He's going to click on Salesperson. He's going to go to the daily time logs, and he will open up a new daily time log and begin that whole process again. If John needs to make an edit to an existing time log, he can go to Salesperson, click on Daily Time Logs, and he'll come over here to the Saved button. And here is his Tuesday time log, which he can then open, and he can add anything he wants. Before exiting the screen, he needs to be sure to click Save, and that will update any edits made to the Tuesday, March 17th time log. Now let's go back to the activity, or the work plan. The work plan is very simple. Use the daily time log to document how you are spending your time. Just follow these steps. Enter your name and today's date at the top of the form. Document the things you do as you do them from the moment your workday begins in the corresponding boxes according to time. If there are additional notes that you wish to bring to your manager's attention, enter them in the notes box at the bottom of the form. Save the form before exiting by clicking the purple Save option at the top of the form. Once the form is saved, a print button will appear to the right of the Save button. The print option will create a PDF file of your time log, which you can then attach to an email if you'd like to email your completed form to your supervisor or manager. If, for example, I'm working in another application, let's say I'm working in my Infusionsoft application, I can toggle back and forth between my time log and other applications. For example, it's between noon and 2 and I'm making follow-up calls in Infusionsoft. I can toggle over to Infusionsoft, I can make my calls. I can keep Touchstone open. Then as I'm tracking my day and things change, I'll toggle back to my time log and I'll update it. If we come back to the daily time log work plan, you'll see that here are some expectations. Leave the daily time log custom form open in a browser and update as you go throughout the day, what I was just explaining. Do not attempt to reconstruct your day after the day has ended. Memory is a very poor guide when it comes to assessing how you spend your time. This is important. Don't try to reconstruct your day at the end of the day. Fill it in as you proceed through the day. It does not take much out of your day to do this, and it's a very powerful way of tracking what you've actually done. Managers, let's say that you want to see what John is doing. I'm going to log out as John, and I'm going to log back in as Michael Mills. As I am John's manager. So I want to see what John has been doing through the day. Remember, in this scenario, I'm the manager of marketing and sales, and John is the salesperson who reports to me. What I'm going to do is click on John's name, and I'm going to go to his daily time logs, and I'm going to come over here to his saved logs. And now I can simply click on what John did, what John entered in his time log. What did he do? Well, I can look through this. Okay, very simple. There are also reports over here, and there are two types of reports: control panel reports and management reports. If this work from home issue goes on for an extended period of time, and as a manager you want to look at time logs over a series of days or maybe a series of weeks, maybe for a series of different people, you can go to management review. Control panel reports are my activity reports. Management review are the reports on the people who report to me. So I simply select management review, and I can search for anything between two dates, a start date and an end date. I can search for a specific user, like John Smith. I can search for any text string that was entered into the Save As box. For example, John saved his report with the word Tuesday. So I can type in the characters TUES and click Run Report, and that will access the report he completed, and I can select it and review it. I can also run a report on a specific process tool, like a custom form, for example. All of these options are available in Management Review. I hope that helps. Our best wishes go out to everybody in this rather crazy time.